Hello everyone, welcome to the world of anime and manhwa. Let's start with today's story. A story starts with a bright orange sky and a man standing in the ruins. Then we suddenly see that humans are fighting with the dragon. It was all a memory of the man whose comrades all died. The man is giving up his life with his final spell to seal the Dragon King Napolition. With the help of his friend, he is relieved that now he can escape this hell with his leftover comrades. Then they killed the dragon with all these sacrifices, and now they sat together. Then we can see another characters of the story, a cheerful knight of light Rafello. And a cautious person, the king of Aslan Esteban Don-Eve, is still worrying that they haven't received the message that the Dragon King is dead. It is a separate world, the Shadow World Labyrinth, where they came to kill the Dragon King. They are discussing that only 6 people survived out of 50 million people. Then we are introduced to another character, the master of the mages, the sage Zod Exarian. And a non-worried, beautiful girl. Our main hero is still cheerful, saying everything is saved in the end. They are making jokes and enjoying their time. Everybody is shocked that our main hero sealed the dragon with only third circle magic. They are discussing how their lives are going to be and how they will live their life from this time onwards. Then we saw Azest, a beautiful swordswoman. Suddenly, a large sound occurs, and we see that this Shadow World Labyrinth is not cleared yet. They start worrying, and then they remember that the dragon's heart is the engine or mana core of this whole labyrinth. So the dragon is dead, and its heart's power is going out of control, and it looks like it's going to explode. The sage fears that this is going to be the most devastating explosion as the dragon is 7th circle. And we see our hero accept his fate, but in the next moment, he finds himself in different clothes and a different face. Our hero is confused what is going on, just like in most Isekai stories. Then we see many people gathered in one place, and a person steps forward and introduces himself as Professor Bridget. We learn that everyone here has come for admission into Hebron Academy. Bridget then announces, only God-level applicants can join the academy, and silence spreads through the crowd, making everyone nervous. He continues, stating that their task is to clear the Shadow World, the same Shadow World that took our hero's life and reincarnated him here like a game. He is panic. The Shadow World is simply the admission test. Our hero is confused and thinking, what in the world is going on? Then we find out that the current year is 3613 and Hebron is the best magic academy on the continent. More importantly, our hero had already graduated from this academy more than 10 years ago. This reveals the truth, our hero has gone back in time by approximately 13 years. He becomes sad, realizing that all his past sacrifices have been wasted. He recalls his previous life, remembering how everyone treated him poorly because he was a commoner. Then we meet a red-haired cutie who was looking for him. She introduces herself as Ladoria and tells him she will be his mentor for the exam. We learn that Ladoria is a 6th circle magician and was the best student during her time at the academy. We also learn that because he is a commoner, he will be assigned to the beta class no matter how hard he tries. The academy's hierarchy system is strict, aristocrats are placed in the alpha class, while commoners are placed in the beta class. As Ladoria lectures him, he casually tells her that he already knows everything about the Shadow World. She is shocked and starts asking him a few questions related to it. Through their conversation, we learn what the Shadow World actually is, a parallel universe that threatens all mankind. A new one appears every year, each with its own rules. Some are weak while others are extremely dangerous. These worlds are created from incidents and events of the past. Each Shadow World is assigned a rank. The higher the rank, the tougher it is. When they appear, they take over the land, surrounding it with black fog, and nobody truly understands them. Ladoria gets chills hearing his accurate explanation, and we see our hero standing there with a tense, ominous aura. Our red-headed cutie is literally sweating because of our boy's intense aura. And right after that, she starts explaining how the Shadow World actually works. It's controlled by 2 main authorities, the League of Western Kingdoms and the Hebron Academy. These 2 are rival factions, constantly competing to clear Shadow Worlds and collect soul stones. But plot twist, there's a third faction too, known as the Outers. Now, they go on to explain just how important clearing a shadow world is. Each shadow world has its own backstory and a specific purpose, and to clear it, you have to fulfill that purpose. The institutes basically guide people through this process. After the explanation, our cutie takes the MC to the academy and gives him a full tour. And that's where we meet this blue-haired, pervy-looking guy named Elam. He's a water magician and pretty much the complete opposite of Midoriya. From her expression alone, you can tell she hates this guy. Elam immediately starts roasting her, calling her short, calling her a penguin, all that classic anime teasing. But Midoriya isn't someone who sits quietly, she fires back with her sharp comebacks, and suddenly their small argument is turning into a full-on war. Then Elam shifts his attention to the MC and starts calling him a commoner. And right after that, we learn there's going to be a competition soon, and both groups will be facing each other. Elam even introduces his mentee, a magic knight. And guess who it is? Azest Kingscrown, the same blonde beauty from our MC's party, looking as stunning as ever. We also find out she's an ice attribute magic knight. Meanwhile, we get a shot of the MC smiling, which annoys Midoriya even more. And with all that tension in the air, the time for the exam finally arrives. It starts gathering in the main hall. Our hero is standing there, deep in thought, trying to figure something out. That's when a girl approaches him and asks, "Are you trying to embarrass us?" The moment he turns around and sees her, he's completely shocked. He blurts out her name, Romantica, and instantly loses his composure. He rushes toward her, grabs her shoulders, and starts asking, "Are you alive? Are you hurt?" But then it hits him, he messed up. Romantica gets chills, steps back, and calls him creepy. And while she's glaring at him, our hero is just silently relieved. "I'm glad Romantica is well." We also see a flashback panel showing exactly how well she is, and that's when we understand why her loss hit him so hard in the previous timeline. He remembers the pain of losing her, and everyone he cherished. And he reminds himself that this is his second chance to protect everything he loves. Before he can think any further, the bell rings. It's time for his group's entrance exam. For this test, the contestants must finish a race inside an 18th level shadow world. To clear it, they have to reach the finish line, which is 8 kilometers away, faster than everyone else. Magic is allowed, attacking others is allowed, and you're disqualified if you surrender or if the pain knocks you out. Basically, survival of the fastest. Meanwhile, Romantica and her teammate are confidently discussing how Azest and the hero don't stand a chance against them. Then everyone lines up at the gate, and in the next moment, boom, they're teleported into the shadow world. They appear right at the starting line. Our hero takes this moment to talk to Azest, trying to figure out whether she also came back in time. But she shuts him down instantly, saying, "I don't talk to weak people. You're not competition. You're weak." And of course, she says it with that cold beauty vibe, because she's a cutie, after all. The countdown begins, 10 seconds before the race starts. Everyone takes their stance. And then, the race begins. Azest immediately shoots into first place, leaving everyone behind. The others are literally struggling just from the air pressure she creates while running. Meanwhile, our hero is casually running side by side with Romantica, annoying her the entire time. Their back-and-forth bickering is surprisingly entertaining. But then we see Romantica's annoyed expression as she unleashes her magic. She declares proudly that a commoner could never achieve her spell, Arrow Sweep. This part begins with the judges' panel, where all the professors are discussing this year's batch of students. They're especially intrigued by our icy beauty Azest, thanks to her insane talent and devil-level skills. At the same time, they're feeling kinda bad for our hero, the commoner, since he ended up in the same group as her. But then, among all the serious judges, we spot one person smirking, clearly expecting something interesting to happen. Cutting back to the race, we see Azest and another male contestant sprinting towards the finish line. The guy is overconfident, thinking this will be an easy win because he's a knight. He's literally telling himself that no mage could possibly overpower him. But suddenly, the wind shifts, a massive gust starts blowing from the opposite direction. This is Romantica's arrow sweep spell. The wind is so strong it practically sends the guy flying. He tries to stabilize himself by stabbing his sword into the ground, thinking the spell isn't that big of a deal. Then he looks at his Est, and she's just casually slicing through the air pressure with her sword like it's nothing. Meanwhile, trees around them start uprooting from the ground and flying away. That's when we realize, this wasn't random. This was Romantica's evil plan from the very beginning. The moment the knight gets lifted off the ground, she uses the gust to completely blow him out of the competition. Est survives, because of course she does. Back to the MC, he's still running right behind Romantica. And now Romantica decides to take him out too. Being her cute but sassy self, she politely offers him a chance to withdraw. But our MC casually refuses. And that completely shocks Romantica. She gets mad and decides to teach this commoner a lesson. As a mage, she immediately casts Wind Strike, and a massive explosion erupts around the MC. This is a tier 2 spell, and even experienced fighters struggle to endure it from a distance. But our MC is built different. When the dust clears, we see him calmly standing behind Romantica, praising her spell like it was nothing. As usual, our protagonist unintentionally makes another girl sweat. That's all for this part. Like, share and subscribe for more amazing content.